Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Atika Devruita and I will present our research entitled Analysis of Garlic Commodity Competitiveness and Impact of Government Policy in Indonesia. The first author is Prof. Saptana, and then myself, Atika Devruita, and Mr. Syahrul Ganda Sukmaya. This is our research background. Currently, the Indonesian government is promoting an increase in domestic garlic production to reduce dependence on import. The volume of garlic import reached 472.92 thousand tons. It means 94% with an import value of 4.5 trillion. The import value of garlic reached 4.5 trillion per year. In 2020, the deficit in demand for garlic reached 393.65 thousand tons and increased in 2021 to reach 408.02 thousand tons. The shortage of garlic demands was met by import from China, India, Taiwan, and USA. The characteristic of garlic commodity farming in Indonesia: first, imported commodities and or import substitution, and then cultivated on upland dry land. The third is small business scale and government program support, and the fourth is farmers prefer alternative commodities because they are more profitable. The fifth is technology availability and adoption of seed and cultivation technology is still low. And then garlic development is still limited, and local garlic production is round and small, so cannot compete with imported garlic. This is our research purpose, is to analyzing the profitability of garlic farming, both financially and socially. The second is to conduct a competitive analysis of both competitive advantage and comparative advantage. The third is assessing the impact of government policies. And the fourth is formulate an incentive policy strategies. This is our research method. The theory of competitiveness is based on Ricardo's theories of comparative advantage. And to analyze the competitiveness and impact of government policies in garlic farming, we are using PAM. The research location of the study are in Cianjur Regency, Karanganyar Regency, Pasuruan Regency, and East Lombok Regency. Most garlic farming business are only planted in the dry season, and the research was conducted through FGD and a limited survey, 5 until 10 respondents from January until April 2020. This is the PAM calculation step. The first is determination of physical input-output. The second is separation of all costs into tradable input and domestic factor. The third is shadow price assessment of the input and output. And the fourth is calculate and analyze a total of 13 indicators that can be generated from PAM. This is the table of analysis matrix, policy analysis matrix used for this analysis. And this is the result and discussion. This is the table of analysis of policy analysis matrix or PAM of garlic farming on dry land in Cianjur Regency wet season. This is table analysis of PAM of garlic farming on dry land in Karanganyar Regency dry season and rainy season. This is the table of analysis of PAM of garlic farming on dry land in Pasuruan Regency, dry season and rainy season. And this is table of analysis of PAM garlic farming on dry highland in East Lombok Regency, dry season. And our focus is in this table. We look from the PCR and DRCR score. PCR, a measure of competitiveness in actual market conditions, have competitiveness in the financial perspective or private. The price of input and output is measured from the price as it is. And the DRCR, perfectly competitive market conditions, have competitiveness in economic or social perspective. Input and output prices are measured from shadow prices. The smaller the PCR and the RCR score, less than 1, it means more efficient. In this table, we can know that garlic farming in Cianjur, Karanganyar dry season, and Pasuruan dry season is more efficient than garlic farming in Karanganyar wet season, Pasuruan wet season, and East Lombok. This is table transfer output value and nominal protection coefficient on garlic farming output in Indonesia. OT amount of transfer output received or paid by the farmers, and NPCO, nominal protective coefficient on output. The score bigger than 1, it means the farmers get incentive in garlic farming, and the score less than 1, it means disincentive. From this table, we can say that in all research area, the farmers get incentive in garlic farming. This is the table value of input transfer, NPCI, and factor transfer garlic commodity. Input transfer positive means that farmers pay more for input than they should. Farmer in all research area pay more inputs than they should. And from factor transfer, we can know that farmers in Karanganyar dry season, Pasuruan dry season, and East Lombok have benefit from paying a lower factor domestically than they should. This is table of value profitability coefficient. Profitability coefficient positive means that both private and social benefit are positive. Positive bigger than 1, the score bigger than 1, it means farmer receive more profit than they should. And the score negative means farmer receive less profit than they should. From this table, we can know that farmers in Cianjur, Karanganyar dry season, and Pasuruan dry season receive more profit than they should. And farmers in Karanganyar wet season and Pasuruan wet season and East Lombok receive less profit than they should. The conclusion, based on the analysis of the private cost and benefit of garlic farming, it is profitable, but socially it's not profitable. The analysis showed that garlic farming had a competitive advantage with the PCR coefficient less than 1, but it lacked a comparative advantage with the DRCR coefficient value close to 1, and even some DRCR location is bigger than 1. The impact of government policies or market distortion in the input and output sector of garlic is beneficial for farmers. Important policy implication, application of advanced technology, agriculture mechanization, integrated area development, and optimal import tariff policies. The policy guarantees the availability of certified superior seeds, the availability of fertilizer, and the stabilization of the price of garlic. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.